The last 3 months have been extremely difficult for Marine personnel, especially for the ones who are far away from home on board idle cruise ships in the USA. Cruise brands have been negotiating the rigid requirements imposed by governments and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to help the crew return home. The CDC has even signed a no-sail order in April, and until all the elements of the order are satisfied, cruise ship operators should not request to disembark asymptomatic crew at the U.S. port unless directed by the U.S. Coast Guard in consultation with the CDC themselves. CDC rules require company executives to guarantee the crew members be sent home entirely on charter flights and private transportation. Repatriated crew members must avoid public transportation and public airport terminals, and they must stay in quarantine when they arrive home for at least 14 days. SAPKO-C.E has a good relationship with all ship owners, operators, and their mobile groups around the globe and was assigned to organize and coordinate the Balkan Charter from Miami, US to Sofia, Bulgaria for one of the largest companies in the sector to repatriate over 100 international crew members. Special Green Corridor was created between Miami and Sofia to allow for the safe transportation of marine professionals. During their journey from the US to Europe, crew members had to avoid contact with other people to satisfy the CDC's requirements. Coordinating the safe trip back home was extremely challenging due to the ongoing pandemic, and it required the involvement of governments, cruise companies, agents, airlines, and bus operators. First, permission from the US government for crew members to travel had to be granted. Then all 11 embassies in both Washington and Sofia were informed, and they had to confirm that travel was possible. Additional cooperation with other governments was required for everyone whose final destination was not Bulgaria. A real challenge was Serbia, since travel can only happen during a certain time period and additional checks are required at their border. After every party's requirements were satisfied, for the Balkan Charter to be successful, Bulgarian authorities had to allow for crew members to transit through the country. When the marine professionals touched down in Sofia, there were 5 buses waiting for non-Bulgarian crew. When the buses reached the Bulgarian border, the crew had to get off and pass the border on foot, and then get on another bus from the other side of the border. Without the kind assistance of embassies, representatives, and agents from Serbia and Croatia, this would not have been possible. It was an extremely difficult trip for Croatians, Slovenians, and Slovakians due to the additional transport changes and border checks, but we're glad that they managed to reach their homes safely. SAPKO-C.E has been working really hard in the last 2-3 weeks to make sure all crew members reach home. We're very proud of all crew members for their discipline and professionalism and want to give special thanks to everyone who helped us in organizing the Balkan Charter, especially Privileged Style. Without them, none of this would have been possible. Every day, dozens of crew members go back home through SAPKO-C.E.'s help. Our mission is to help industry professionals, especially through difficult times like this, and we're really happy that they're once again reunited with their lovely families.